So it has been a very long time since I have posted a video, and my room is a very big mess. But I wanted to get on here to talk about trusting God even in our testimonies, especially our testimonies, because our testimony with God brings more people to God. So how much more precious is our testimony to God? I mean, God treasures our testimony more than we do. I cannot tell you how many times I've had my testimony attacked. I've had my memory attacked. So far I could tell about since I've been a teenager, and I'm like 50 now. When I turned 24, I decided to live for Christ instead of Him just always being there. I wanted to actually work with God, do God's will completely. I wanted to saturate my life with God. And one thing that He did was He brought a memory to me that there's no way I would have remembered something like that. It was I just saw a vision of me barely tall enough to see over. I could not even see over the couch arm. I was so small. And running in, I felt the desperation, and I felt the intensity and the importance, running to my dad and saying, I want Jesus in my heart. I don't know what led to that. I would really love to know what led to that. But it led me to ask if it happened. And I did ask my parents, and they were like, yeah, you were pretty young. I don't know how old you were. Another time, I was told that something didn't exist, and I knew it existed. But more so, the whole situation was to rob me of what joy I had, because I had a really rough day that day. And on top of that, I was hit with complete attack, strife, disbelief. I was a liar. I couldn't be relied on for a memory that happened just hours ago. But 10 years later, God placed that non-existent thing right in front of my face. The actual object. And I kind of learned, for the most part, that it's okay for somebody to attack things. Your memory, your past. What matters is God is your witness. We are God's witness, and God is our witness. He saw everything. He sees everything. And He will remind you of situations. My testimony, I've been told so many times, it wasn't what I said. It wasn't what I thought. This and that happened. This and that. But then I have visions of my time reading the Bible. I have my visions and recollections of the prayers I prayed. And my heart with God. And then I hear this voice say, where am I in their testimony? Where am I in their version of your testimony? Because I know I went through so much with God. God brought me through so much. And I thought it was kind of interesting. I'm sitting here just audio Bibling, here the last few days just because I have so much going on in my head that should not be there. And Job ran through today. And I thought it was pretty interesting. After all of Job, hearing the friends of Job, I have had plenty of friends of Job that completely try to tear down your character, completely try to tear you down. And I could just, me sitting there saying, what spirit are you speaking from? You're sitting there telling me God is this, and that's not the God I read in the Bible. That's not God. God has a different character than you're saying. And God knows my relationship. God knows me. I don't know why I've never connected or read it through, or it caught my attention. It just completely went over my head, glazed right over it or something. But Psalms 1, right directly after Job, it says, "Oh, the joys of those who do not follow the advice of the wicked, or stand around with sinners, or join in with mockers, but they delight in the law of the Lord, meditating on it day and night. They are like trees planted along the riverbank, bearing fruit each season. Their leaves never wither, and they prosper in all that they do." And it just brought me a lot of hope. And maybe it'll bring you a lot of hope. That we can trust God no matter what. We're always going to have people attack our testimony. We're always going to have people attack our character. It is more important that we trust in God, because God is going to lead our testimony and our character to the people that are going to need it, that need that hope, that need any bit of hope they can have. But that's just my little bit. I just wanted to hurry up, get on here, because I've missed so much time already. And I'll see you again.